The moment time stands still is the moment that the writing's on the wall. The words are clear as ringing bells. The pride is present right before the fall. And I'm borne high on these waves.
Vampires on Broadway. Real preview, Elton John's Lestat. Welcome back to Hooray for Broadway. Anne Rice put vampires back on the bestseller list, but it was Bram Stoker's Dracula that first captured the public's imagination with a book, a movie, and a play. A production of Dracula was done in 1927 at the Fulton Theater, which stood on this very spot where we are now at the Marriott Marquis. Vampires are coming back to Broadway thanks to Elton John's Lestat.
I wanted to be a vampire when I read that book.
And he's not alone.
And Miss Rice?
Author Anne Rice started it all in 1976 with the publication of her first best-selling novel, Interview with the Vampire. Her Vampire Chronicles have sold 76 million copies. Her most enduring character, the vampire Lestat, is about to descend on Broadway.
I was afraid to believe it would happen. I was emotionally cautious because I wanted it so badly to happen.
Welcome to the new world of the Cajun and the Creole.
Anne Rice has created this unbelievably specific world populated by characters that feel big, giant emotions and face big life questions. And that's what makes the show different than how vampires have been perceived in popular culture before.
So the adventure of Lestat has literally been trying to identify what the vampire world is, how we as an audience can look at the vampires and not be fooled into thinking that they are like what we've seen in movies, that they're not scary and they don't have fangs and they don't have blood.
Lestat is brought to life with music and lyrics by Elton John and Bernie Taupin.
Writing for the stage and for musicals has given me so much joy and opened so many different doors.
And made him a fortune with hits like Aida and The Lion King. But Broadway is a first for Bernie.
Then it set in. I've never done this before. I don't even know how to begin.
And from the dead, the cold pale moon begins to bleed.
The vampirism obviously is a metaphor for the human condition for me, and they are outcasts, outsiders, they're monsters, but so are we all. And I think that these people with this musical picked up perfectly on that, the tragic dimension, the tragic dilemma.
This is a story of a human being who is made a vampire against his will, who then searches for redemption and searches for the meaning of life like we all do. And it's a beautiful story about someone who sees the error of his ways and at the end finds salvation.
The moment time stands still is the moment that the writing's on the wall. The words are clear as ringing bells.
The title role is played by Hugh Panaro.
You get to see the man before he is immortal. You get to see his family life. But you still have the sense that this character has a heart and, more importantly, a conscience. He wrestles with what is good and what is evil.
Make me as you are, tear the wings off angels that would lift me from your heart. I want to dance beneath the moon and
play a character named Gabrielle, who's the mother of the main character, Lestat. It's not a touchy-feely, huggy mom and son relationship. It's a little more aristocratic.
Oh, sail me away. Carry me back to my home.
That was the genius of the book, is that a subject like vampires, which should be so repellent, became so attractive because you saw the human side of them.
Welcome to the new world. The breeding